So, thank you for this opportunity. Vedic Wellness University, Namaskaram, Gurubhyo Namaha. So, thank you, Seturaman sir, Krishnamurthy sir, for the opportunity. I owe whatever musical knowledge I have to all my great gurus with whom I have had the opportunity to learn over the past 3 decades. Srimati Balamani, Sri Komanduri Seshadri, Sri Sanjeev Chimalgi, from whom I continue to learn Hindustani classical music, and Srimati Rajam Shankar, from whom I continue to train in music therapy. So I am blessed to be learning from all of these great gurus, and I also wanted to, because this is Vedic Wellness University, there is Veda in its name, I wanted to also mention my own connection to Vedic heritage. And my great-grandfather, Sri Uppuluri Ganapati Shastri, is a Padma Bhushan in Vedas. He was actually famous for a yajna that caused rain in Tirupati during a terrible famine that affected it for almost 2-3 years during 1980s. So, however, I need to mention that I do not have deep knowledge of Vedas. I am into music and music therapy. That is my subject. The current topic is music and wellness. Dr. Shubham, Dr. Vijay Lakshmi and Advait have shared some amazing insights into their approaches to music therapy. And it's very interesting to see that there are different approaches to music therapy prevalent today across the globe. And while being diverse, there are common aspects and the goal is same, wellness. My approach to music therapy is based on the practical approach by my guru, Srimati Rajam Shankar. And this approach is based on the 13th century Grantha, Sangeeta Ratnakara, written by Sharangadeva. And before actually getting into this, I would like to give everyone an example, which, I don't claim this to be my own example, but this is from Dr. Ajay Chakrabarti ji, a very famous Hindustani classical musician based out in Kolkata. He's a Padma Bhushan. And he has given this example almost 25 years ago during one of the lecture series in Baroda. And he said, the importance of breath and its connection to, classical music, in fact, breath and life. So we have seen a dog, it has a very, very fast rhythm of breathing, right? And it lives for 10 to 15 years. On the other hand, we see a tortoise, takes a deep breath, goes into the ocean, comes out after an hour, it lives for 200 years. And you have seen musicians, mostly the ones who are deeply practicing musicians, whether it is South Indian music or North Indian music, we've seen them live for 80 years, 90 years, 100 years. And when we look at their faces, they depict refulgence and tejas, and one begins to feel good when you just look at their faces. Look at M.S. Subbulakshmi Amma, right? The kind of deep impact that it creates on you. Now, this is the impact music sadhana has on its practitioner. It's important to do sadhana, not just theorize about music. Sadhana really changes you internally, and sadhana is a very important aspect for music therapy as well. Now, coming to this approach of music therapy that is based on the Sangeeta Ratnakara. Now, I must mention, Advait has mentioned about, at the beginning of his talk, he has mentioned Shaivik texts. Now, there is a very big connection between Sangeeta Ratnakara and another Grantha called Siva Gita. And the aspects which Sharangadeva mentions in Sangeeta Ratnakara in Pindotpatti Prakarana, it investigates 2 aspects of the human body. The embryologico-anatomical aspect, according to Indian medical science, and the Hatha Yogic aspect of the human body. Now, Sharangadeva's motive for treating the Hatha Yogic theory of chakras and respiratory tubes, which are called nadi, is clearly related to the notion of Nada Brahman, and which is basically in the musical practices of certain groups of yoga. So the notion of Nada Brahma is of yogic and tantric origin rather than Vedic or Upanishadic. Now, according to Hatha yogic texts, Advaita has also mentioned Anahata Nada. So it's very important to understand Anahata Nada, and the yogi perceives various internal sounds during his meditation. These Anahata Nada is known as the sound unheard. It cannot be heard through the human ear. How else can one hear it? During meditation, one hears sounds of crickets, sounds of flute, thunder, bells. The bell that we hear in a temple, it's actually the one that you hear. The actual sound is reflective when we meditate and we hear it in the higher regions. That sound is recreated in the form of a bell in a temple. So all of these sounds have very deep impact on us, and the Hatha Yoga Pradipika treats this very well. I also mentioned about the Siva Gita. Now, coming to the approach to music therapy, it's based on chakras, which are energy centers in the human body. Each chakra has a rhythmic pulsation or vibration. Now, in employing the music therapy as a treatment tool, the objective is to treat the disability at its root cause, and musical vibration is therefore directed at the body's energy centers, the 7 main energy centers, starting from the lowest end of the spinal cord to the top of the head. So, if I might talk what centers these are, what the names of these energy centers or chakras, we have the Mooladhara, and as I speak, these are chakras starting from the lower end of the spinal cord to the top of the head, right? Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Agnya, and Sahasrara. So these are the chakras that are there in the human body. Now, it's the practice is based on how each raga and the swaras and the frequencies of each raga are connected to each one of these energy centers or chakras, and the heart ailments, for example, are connected to the heart chakra, and there are ragas whose some swaras are connected to the heart chakra, and they have a particularly a particular impact to heal the ailments in that patient that is seeking music therapy. So, having said that, I'll quickly go to another scientific aspect of the body chemistry, which is particularly I want to talk about adrenaline. For example, if you are in a dangerous situation, you basically receive a shot of adrenaline, and if your pharmaceutical system is working properly in your body, the correct chemicals will be dispensed at the appropriate time. Let us say a dog starts chasing you, right? Your internal pharmacist will hand out a shot of adrenaline and a dose of cortisol, and then this will get you to run and fight by increasing the oxygen supply to your muscles and directing more blood to your heart and lungs and releasing extra glucose into your system and so on. So, and so this is where music can help. Listening to calming music has been shown to diminish adrenaline and cortisol levels in the bloodstream, and therefore reduce stress levels. Now, researchers at the University of Toronto have also shown this is to be true in distressed babies. So, so that with that, I would like to conclude my couple of minutes and my 2 cents as to what approach to music therapy I have, and I would like to still call myself a student, and I'll probably remain a lifelong student. And the performance also, which Shubhashri has kindly asked me to club with along with this, is I'm going to sing Bhairavi. Bhairavi. So I'm well versed in both. I'm a student of both Carnatic and Hindustani classical, and I'll sing a very short piece in Bhairavi, followed by a bandish in Hindustani. So Bhairavi is called as a Sarvaroga Nivarani Ragam, and when a person does not know what is wrong with them, he feels unwell, unhappy, he just knows something is wrong. Bhairavi is basically the go-to ragam for a feel-good factor. It has all the 22 shrutis embedded within the ragam, and it's one of the best ragam, and also called Sarvaroga Nivarani. So ragam Bhairavi. I dedicate this to my grandmother, Mokkapati Saraswati. She has been my inspiration since childhood to pursue music. Mapagari sani dhamma pata ni sani re ni sari ga ma ga ma ni da da ni da da ma ma pa ma ma ga re ga ni da da ma ma ga re sani sa re ga chi ru na Dani ni da ni da ma ni da ba ma da ba ba gari ga ma pa da ma pa da ba da ni sari sa ni gari ni da ba da ma pa ma gari sari ni da ni sa gari ga chi ru na Sari ga ri ni sari sari ni da ga ri sa ni da ni pa da ni sari pa da ni sari da pa ga ri ni da ri sa sa ma ga ri pa ma ga ri ga ma pa ga pa ma ni da pa pa ma ga ri ga ma pa ga ma pa ni sa ni ga ri ma ga pa ma da pa ni da ni pa ga ma pa ga ri ga ma pa da ni sa ga ri ga ni sa ni ri sa ri sa ni da pa da ma pa da ni sa sa ri re ga ma ga ni ma ga ri sa ni ga ri sa ni da pa da ni sa ri ma pa pa da ni sa ga ri da ri sa ni da ma ga ri sa ni sa ri ga chi ru na
Swaroop, I have a request, personal request. That was a beautiful piece. Thank you for Bhairavi. If you could sing a abhang.
Oh no, I'm not prepared on that.
All right.
I can sing a Hindustani bandish.
Okay.
I think today's session is more male dominated. We have 3 young speakers. It's very nice, like, both Dr. Shubham, Shanti, Swaroop, and Advait. So that bring more men, to music. I think it's very nice.
I was listening to your Bhairavi, I just got a thought of asking for Bolava Vittal.
Yeah. Thank you. We can probably carry on with the panel discussion.
No. You may please go ahead with your performance. Yeah.
I'll just give a glimpse of the Hindustani bandish because I've spoken a lot. My throat has dried up, so. And this raga is called Chayanat. It's especially pleasing to hear after Bhairavi. And the Carnatic Bhairavi is very different from Hindustani Bhairavi. Hindustani Bhairavi is like the Carnatic Raga Todi. And Carnatic Bhairavi doesn't have an equivalent in Hindustani. So, okay, this raga is called Chayanat. Once again, it doesn't have an equivalent in Carnatic. It has all swaras, right from swaras in Karahara Priya to Shankara Bharanam to you know. So, sing in C sharp. पिया के मिलन को चले जात अपने मंदर सो आज माही छन छनन सनन बिछुआ बाजे बाजे पिया के मिलन को चले जात अब रे मंदिर सो आज माई छन छन सन बाजे बिछु पूजा करन सो निकसी घर सो वेलीनार झूम के हिनात बार बार माई छनन छनन सनन बाजे बिछुआ बाजे बाजे छनन छनन. Thank you. Just a glimpse of the bandish. I know we don't have too much time.
Very nice.
That was a beautiful performance, and so blessed to have you today. Thank you for that, the lovely music. Now we're almost the fag end of the program, and now I request our senior director, Dr. Sethuraman sir, to give vote of thanks. Sethuraman sir.
Yeah, I think we had a wonderful session.